Jainism. Prakrit was most extensively used by whom? Jaina people. Prakrit and Pali by Mahatma Buddha. Mahavir Swami born in Kundangram, who is known as Nig- Nigantha Nata Putra, Vridhaman Mahavir. He was from Sakya sect. Pavapuri was associated with Mahavir now. He died in Pavapuri. He got entitled enlightenment under the sal tree. The originator of the Jain religion is Rishabdev, who was the first Tirthankar of Jain religion, Rishabnath. Parshvanath, the Jaina Tirthankar, was associated mainly with the which place? Varanasi. Prabhasri is a pilgrim spot of Jainism near Prayag. On the bank of which river Mahavira Swami attained enlightenment? Rijupalika. Prabhasri is a pilgrimage spot of Jainism. Prabhasri is a Jain pilgrimage site located in Kosambi, UP. The Prabhasri is related to 6th Jain Tirthankar Padma Prabha. In Jain religion, which word is used for complete intellect? Kaivalya, Adinath, bull, Malinath, water, Parshvanath, snake, Sambhavnath, horse, Mahavir, lion, Santinath, deer. Rishabnath got Kaivalya at Ashtapad. Neminath got Kaivalya at Urja, Urjayanta. Triratna or three jewels. Right knowledge, right faith, right action are related to Jainism. Sayadvad is a doctrine of Jainism. Anektavad is a core theory and philosophy of which of the following? Jainism. Anektavad is the core theory and philosophy of Jainism. It is known as Saptabhangi theory. This believes that no knowledge is perfect, every existing knowledge is temporary and can be challenged. With respect to the religious practices in India, the Saktavasi sect belongs to Jainism. The Jain philosophy holds that the world is created and maintained by किसने वर्ल्ड को बनाया और मेंटेन किया है? यूनिवर्सल लॉ ने. Yapania was the sect of Jainism. Yapania किसका सेक्ट है? जैनिज्म का. Which of the following is the earliest holy book of Jain? 14 पूर्वा और अर्ली बुक है जैन्स की. In which one of the following languages was the earliest Jain literature compiled? अर्धमगधी. अर्धमागधी में अर्ली जैन लिटरेचर को कंपाइल किया गया है. Which place is known as the place of pilgrimage because of being related to Parshvanath? Samd Sikhar. Which of the following is part of early Jain literature? Akranga Sutra, Sutra Kinga, and Brit Kalpa Sutra. Therigatha is a book of Buddhism. Who was the first founder of Shwetambar Creed during the first partition of Jain Creed? Stulbhadra. About 150 years after Lord Mahavira's departure, when Bhadrabahu Swami was the head of the religious order, Nanda dynasty was ruling over Magad. Patliputra, the capital of the city, became the center of learning and knowledge. At that time, there occurred a severe famine that seems to have raged for 12 long years. During that period of shortage and scarcity, it was hard to it was hard for Jain monks to observe the code of conduct laid down by the Lord. Bhadrabahu Swami therefore decided to migrate to south along with many followers. For those who stayed behind, it was hard to remember accurately Whatever they learned, vulnerable Stulbhadra was most of those who stayed in the north used to cover their bodies with a plain white cloth. White House, who had migrated with Bhadrubahu Swami, were mostly unclad. The latter took pride in their being true unclad follower of the Lord and is due in due course came to be known as Digambars, which means sky clad. Those on the other side came to be known as Svetambars on account of white cloth that they wore. The first discipline of Lord Mahavira was Jamali. Swetambar Angama was finally edited at the Council of Patliputra in the reign of Chandragupta Maurya. First Jain council was held in which Svetambara Agama were edited. Since all the ancient Jain texts got destroyed, so to recompile them, another Jain council was organized in the 4th century BC in which followers of Bhadrabahu did not participate. Parshvanath, the 23rd Tirthankar, belonged to Banaras. Gautam Buddha's mother was a princess of Kolyan dynasty. Samadhi Maran is related to which philosophy? Jaina philosophy. Ajivika sect was founded by Makkali Ghosla. Makkali Ghosla was a disciple of Mahavira in the early period. Later fell out with the Mahavira due to the difference of opinion with him and founded an independent creed Ajivika. The belief of the sect is known as Niyativad, according to which every matter in the world is being controlled and operated by destiny, fate. Who among these rendered that fate assigns everything human is incapable? Ajivika, the sect which believed adding nature of destiny, Ajivikas, who used the caves of Barabar as their shelter house, Ajivikas. The act of cutting the mountain caves and developing them as residence was fully developed during the period of Ashoka and his grandson Dasratha. Residents were made for Ajivika's followers after cutting the hills of Babar and Nagarjuni, cave of Sudama. The Karn Chopad during Ashoka era were omnifamous in the caves of Barabar. The famous pilgrimage of Buddhist as well as the Jain in the UP is at Kosambi. The Khajuraho temple were built under Chandela Khajuraho temple, Chandela dynasty, Chandel kings. The Hoysaleshwar temple is dedicated to Shiva. India's biggest Buddhist monastery is in Arunachal Pradesh. Who built Gomteshwara statue of Sravan Belgula, Chandragupta Chamudrya, Mahamastak Bhisheka, a great religious event, is associated with and done for who is following Bahubali. Destiny determined everything. Man is powerless is believed by Ajvikas. अब आ जाते हैं महाजनपद एरा में. हरियंक रूलर्स बिंबिसार का पुत्र, अजात शत्रु का पुत्र उदय उदयन. शिशुनाग रूलर का शिशुनाग रूलर्स Kalasok. Nanda ruler Mahapadmananda and Dhanananda. The earliest extant coins of India were of silver. Art coins of Punch-marked coins were the earliest extant coins in India made up of silver. The marks on them were made by the stamp. So they are called as Ahat coins or Punch-marked coins. Chand Pradyota was the ruler of which ancient republic? Avanti. What was the name of the ruler of Kosla in Samudragupta? Prayag, Prasasti, Mahendra. Geographical evidence reveals that
Under the instructions of the Nanda king, a canal was dug in Kalinga. Hathigumpa inscription indicates the Kalinga victory of Nanda king Mahapadmananda. According to this King Nanda took away the statue of King Jinsen and built a canal in Kalinga. What was the ancient name of Ujjain, Avantika? Ma- Matsya Mahajanpada of 6th century BC was located in Rajasthan. Who founded Patliputra? Udayan, who shifted the capital of Magad Empire from Rajgir to Patliputra. Udayan, which ruler had made Patliputra the capital of his empire for the first time? Udayan, in which century did the first Magadha empire rise? 6th century BC. BC, Bimbisar, Haryang, Bimbisar के बाद Haryang dynasty, which was initially the most powerful city-state in India in the 6th century BC, Magad, by whom the first republic of the world was established in Vaisali, Lichavi, which Buddha text has described 16 Mahajanpadas of the 6th century BC, Anguttar Nikaya. 16 Janpadas of the age of Mahajanpada have been mentioned in the Buddhist literature. Which of the following Janpada have been mentioned in Panini in his Artha Ashtadhyayi? Magad, Ashta, Asmak, and Kamboj. The capital of the North Panchal, according to Mahabharata, was located at Achitchatra. Achitchatra. The capital of Panchal, according to महाभारत के अकॉर्डिंग पांचाल की कैपिटल कहाँ थी? अचिछत्रा. ड्यूरिंग द पीरियड ऑफ 16 महाजनपद, मथुरा वॉज द कैपिटल ऑफ. मथुरा किसकी कैपिटल थी? मथुरा सौरसेना की कैपिटल थी. मथुरा मथुरास 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 सौ से सौरसेना. चंपा वॉज द कैपिटल ऑफ महाजनपद. अंगा अंगा. In the 6th century BC, Suktimati was the capital of Chedi. Mahajanpada, situated on the bank of Godavari, was Asaka, which was the capital of Magadha. Rajgriha, which was the initial capital of Magadha. Grivraj, Rajgriha, which initial rulers of Magadha killed his father for enthroning, and also was killed his son for same reason, Ajatsatru. Power of Magadha was extended over the Malwa region during the reign period of Shishunag. Which inscription is the evidence of King Nanda? Hathigumpa inscription of Kharvela. Who was the founder of Nanda dynasty in Magad? Mahapadmananda. Jivaka, the famous physician of the time of the Mahatma Buddha, was associated with the court of Bimbisar. Matsya's capital was Viratnagar. Kuru's capital was Indraprasth. The capital of Kosala king was Saket and Sravasti. वत्सा की कैपिटल कहाँ थी? कौसाम्बी. केदाम्बाज कैपिटल. कदम्बा किसकी कैपिटल? Kadamba's capital city was Banvasi in Karnataka. The description of the administration of the Patliputra available in which of the following? Indica. The ancient name of North Bihar was Vaji. Vaishali was the capital of Vaji. Buddha was born. Buddha was from this only. Kushinagar was the capital of Mall. कुशीनगर किसकी कैपिटल थी? मल्ल रिपब्लिक की. कुशीनगर किसकी कैपिटल थी? मल्ल मल्ल की. ग्रीक इन्वेजन. अब एक नया चैप्टर स्टार्ट हो गया है. समथिंग इंटरेस्टिंग इज गोइंग टू कम, सो वेट. Okay, why? Which dynasty was ruling over North India at the time of Alexander's invasion? Nanda dynasty. Megasthenes was the envoy of which king? Alexander का envoy था भैया Megasthenes. The women of which Indian republic or kingdom had taken up arms against Alexander after a large number of its soldiers had been killed or wounded in the battlefield? Masaga. Ashoka was a frontier republic at the time of the invasion of Alexander, whose capital was Masaka. According to Greek writers, the women had taken up arms against Alexander when a large number of men were killed in the war against him. This description described that Alexander had killed all the women of the town, named the brave Indian king, whom Alexander defeated on the bank of river Jhelum. Porus, the foremost Indo-Roman trading station in eastern India, was Arikamedu. Arikamedu, Pondicherry was an important Indo-Roman trading station in eastern India. Amphora jars was Argentine were have been found from here. Mauryan Empire. Mudra Rakshas written by Vishak Dutt was about the conspiracies taking place in the court of Chandragupta Maurya. The first empire was established by which ruler in India? Chandragupta Maurya, which is India's oldest dynasty, Maurya. Chandragupta Maurya figures prominently in the book of Mudra Rakshas, Vishak Dutt, who mentions about the meeting of Sendrocots, Chandragupta Maurya with Alexander the Great. Strabo, Justin, a Greek writer, described the meeting of Sendrogotto and Alexander the Great, who recognized Sendrogottos as Chandragupta Maurya. William Jones, who was called the Sendrogotto by Justin, the Greek writer Chandragupta Maurya. Another name of Chanakya was Vishnugupta. The Arthashastra of Kautilya is a book on principle of government. Which one of the following is the seventh part of the Indian state of the state according to Saptang theory of the state Mitra? Daimchus was came to India during the reign of Bindusar. Balandi Bagh was ancient site of Patliputra. Who among the following Mauryan ruler did conquer the Deccan? Chandragupta. Who was the first king to conquer Malwa, Gujarat and Maharashtra? Chandragupta Maurya. The inscription which proves Chandragupta's sway over western India is Junagadh rock inscription of Rudradaman. The description of the construction of the irrigation dam of the dam by modern province governor Pushyagupta was found from the Junagadh rock inscription of Rudradaman, which clearly proves that this western part of India was once a part of Mauryan Empire. Which king which king defeated Seleucus and administration of Sindh and Afghanistan appointed by Alexander? Chandragupta. In which year Chandragupta Maurya had defeated Seleucus? 305 AD BC, sorry, 305 BC में चंद्रगुप्त मौर्य ने डिफीट कर दिया भैया सेल्यूकस निकेटर को. अशोका won the Avanti Mahajanpada and merged in the Mauryan Empire during the Bindusar ruler. What text does it refers to? Some Samnat Pasadika of Buddha Kosha. In which of the following inscriptions of Ashoka mentions has been made of South Indian king second major rock edict? India's first hospital and herbal garden was built by Ashoka. In spite of being Buddhist, Ashoka did not leave belief in Hinduism. Validation of this fact is epithet of Devnampiya. Which source mentions the occurrence of third Buddhist council during the reign of Ashoka? Devavamsa, Mahavamsa. A Buddhist council during the reign of Ashoka was held at Patliputra. The following Mauryan rulers were the followers of Buddhism: Ashoka, Dasratha. Rajukas were officers in the Mauryan administration in rural areas. What was Sarthva, convoy of merchants, which is described as Atharvasra Arthasastra by Kautilya. These were the district officials there to collect revenue. Yukta. Rajuka. Rajuka was a category of officers in the rural areas which worked as surveyors. Rajuka. Rajuka was a category of officers in rural areas who worked as surveyors. Surveyors. Pradeshika. He was the top official of the division. He can be compared with the modern day commissioner. They used to perform judicial work also. Sarnath pillar was built by Ashoka. Who of the following ruler constructed a Sanchi Stup? Ashok. Language used in the inscription of Ashoka is Prakrit. Which one of the following Ashokan inscription is in Kharoshthi script? Sahavanjika. Sahavang Sahavagri. The earliest inscription on a stone was in which language? Prakrit. Ashokan inscription in northwestern part of the Mauryan Empire near Peshawar were in Kharoshthi script. Which one of the following scripts of in ancient India was written from right to left? Kharoshthi. The first scholar who read Ashokan edicts was James Princip, who first deciphered the Brahmi script. James Princip. Pre-Ashokan Brahmin script was found at Anuradhapura. Which edicts mentions the personal name of Ashoka? Gujara, Maski, Nettur, and Udgolan edicts. In which of the following inscriptions the name of the Ashoka has been mentioned? Minor Rock Edict of Maski. Which one of the following inscriptions contains the name of Ashoka? Gujara. The only pillar on which Ashoka declares himself as the emperor of Magadha. Babar pillars. Babru inscription proves Ashoka as Buddhist. In the same inscription, he referred to himself as Piyadasi Raja Magadha. Example, the king of Magadha. In which of the following relief sculpture inscriptions is Ranyu Ashoka, King Ashoka, mentioned along with the stone portrait of Ashoka? Kagnahalli. Which Ashokan rock edict describes the victory of the injuries of Kalinga, or rock edict 13? Which of the following Ashokan inscription is devoted to the prince of religious tolerance completely? Rock edict 12. Who among the following rulers advised his subjects throughout inscriptions? Whosoever praises his religious sect or blames other sect out of excessive devotion to his own sect with the view of glorifying his own sect, he rather injures his own sect very severely. Ashoka. The Ashokan major rock edicts which tells us about the Sangam kingdom include rock edicts 2nd and 13. Which of the following inscription of Ashoka bans animal sacrifice on certain festival gathering? Then that probably include a ban on animal killing as well. Pillar edict 5. Ptolemy Philadelphus, who had diplomatic relations with Ashoka, was king of Egypt. Turamaya, a contemporary of Ashoka, was the ruler of Egypt. Rulers of which of the following dynasties had diplomatic relations with distant countries like Syria and Egypt? Maurya. Which one of the following ancient Indian records is the earliest royal order to preserve food grains to be utilized during the crisis in the country? Sahogvra copper plate. In modern period, tax evasion was punished with death. Famous Greek ambassador Megasthenes came to the court of which emperor? Chandragupta Maurya. In how many categories did Megasthenes divide the Indian society? 7 parts. मेगास्थनीज ने इंडियन सोसाइटी को कितने पार्ट्स में डिवाइड किया था? 7 पार्ट्स में। पहला फिलोसोफर्स, दूसरा फार्मर्स, तीसरा हर्ड्समैन, चौथा आर्टिसंस, पांचवा मिलिट्री सोल्जर्स, छठा ओवरसीज सीजर्स और स्पाइस, सेवेंथ assessors. Megasthenes doesn't mention slavery in India. According to him, no one could marry outside his caste, and no one could take to an occupation from the one fixed for his caste according to the Varna system. Which of the following sources states that there was no slavery in ancient India? Megasthenes Indica. The vision of the modern society into 7 classes is particularly mentioned in Megasthenes Indica. There's a description of the administration of the Patliputra is available in Indica. Which source gives a detailed account of a city administration of the Mauryas? Megasthenes Indica. Indica was originally written by Megasthenes. Bhaga and the Bali were source of revenue. Land revenue, which was the chief source of income during the Mauryas period, was collected by the officer Sita Sitadhyaksha. Land revenue, which was the chief source of the income during the Mauryan period, was collected by which officer? Sitadeya. Who of the following was associated with the collection of revenue in Mauryan? Mantri Parishad. Samhartha. Which of the following Mauryan officer was in charge of weight and measures? Potavadhyaksha. 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 Pankodaksha Nirodhe was the penalty in Mauryan administration charged for slushing the road. The most famous center of learning during Mauryan period was Takshila. According to the Arthashastra of Kautilya, the following courts existed in the judicial system of Mauryan age: Dharmastya, Kantaka, Sodhana. Which aspect of municipal administration of today is continuing since the period of Mauryans? Registration of birth and death certificates. With reference to the cultural history of India, the memorizing of chronicles, dynastic histories, and epic tales was the profession of two of the following: Magadha. The system governing villages through autonomous elected panchayats was evolved by Dravida, Chola. Which one of the following texts of the ancient India allows divorce of the wife deserted by her husband? Arthashastra. Arthashastra allows the divorce of a wife deserted by her husband. Divorce was prevalent in the Mauryan period. Wife had the right to divorce on the basis of long abroad stay of her husband and being physically handicapped. Similarly, husband had also the right to leave his wife being barren or adulteress. Which among the following inhabits marriage? Manusmriti. The social status assigned to the foreigners in Indian society by Manu was fallen Kshatriyas. The following persons came to India at the time of another Megasthenes, Winshang, Payan, fasting, realizing the need for water. The first ruler who got a lake construction in Girnar area was Chandragupta Maurya. In which of the following inscription mentioned Chandragupta and the Ashoka? Both Junagadh inscription of Mahakashtarparva Rudradaman, Aramic language, and the Kharosti script inscriptions of Ashoka were found in Kandahar. Topra and Meerut rock pillar inscriptions were taken to Delhi by Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Topra and Meerut rock pillar inscriptions were taken to Delhi by Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Which site did not have any Ashokan inscription? पाटलिपुत्रा में अशोक के कोई इंस्क्रिप्शंस नहीं है. Who conquered the Deccan in the Mauryan Empire? Bindusar, son of Chandragupta Maurya. Bindusar. Ashok Ram. Ashoka monastery was situated in Patliputra. अशोकन इंस्क्रिप्शन नहीं है भैया, मोनेस्ट्री तो हो सकती है ना. द मंक हु इन्फ्लुएंस्ड अशोका टू embrace Buddhism was Upagupta, disciple of Anand, who was disciple of Buddha. The valley of Sindhu, Ganga, and the Jamuna were brought together for the first time under the political authority Chandragupta Maurya, the head of the district Ara, the principal coordinator of the revenue, and the officer in charge, if general and military functions in his jurisdiction during his Mauryan Empire was known as Rajuka. Chandragupta Maurya figures prominently in the book of Vishkadat, Vishkadat's Mudra Rakshas. Devi Chandraguptam was written by Vishakadatta. Arthashastra was divided in how many अधिकारण्स 15. अर्थशास्त्र अधिकारण्स में 15. अर्थशास्त्र was divided in how many chapters? 150 चैप्टर हैं, 150 चैप्टर पढ़ ले. Who in ancient India assumed the title of Amitragharta? Bindusar. Amitragharta. In ancient India, the earliest capital of Magad kingdom was at Rajgir, later Udayan Patliputra. Patliputra was also known as water port as it was situated in the bank of Hama or Son river, works as natural protection. Mahajanpat situated in the bank of Godavari river. Aska and Asmaka. Avanti was near Vidyanchal mountains. Takshila was found between Indus and Jhelum river. तक्षशिला कहाँ है? झेलम और इंडस रिवर के बीच में. सेवेंथ पार्ट ऑफ द स्टेट अकॉर्डिंग टू द सप्तांग थ्योरी ऑफ द स्टेट. स्वामी, किंग, अमात्या, ब्यूरोक्रेट, टेरिटरी, दुर्ग मतलब फोर्ट, कोशा मतलब ट्रेजर, दंड मतलब लॉज, मित्र मतलब अलाइज. द लैंग्वेज is used in Asokan pillar inscription, Prakrit script, Brahmi, Kharosthi inscript. Maski Karnataka में है. The most famous educational institution of Mauryan age, Takshila, who identified the name Sendrokotta as Chandragupta Maurya. William Jones, the last Mauryan ruler in 185 AD, Brihadarath. Which kingdom was not included in Asokan inscription? Satvahana. Chola, Chera, Pandya का मिला है. Was not included in Asokan inscription. सातवाहन के बारे में कोई कुछ नहीं लिखा हुआ है. चोल, चेर, पांड्या के बारे में मिला है. Foreign invasions in post-modern era. ISPK, Indo-Greek, Sacs, Parthians, and Kushanas. ISPK, the practice of military governorship, was first introduced in India by the Greeks. Which one of the following Indo-Greeks ruler issued lead coins? Strato II, 25 BC, 200 AD. Both Sankrashna and Vasudeva are depicted on the coins of which of the following rulers? Agathocles, Indo-Greek. Vasudev depicted on the coins. Both Sankarsana and Vasudev are depicted on the coins of which of the following ruler? Agathocles, Indo-Greek. The earliest specimen of the Kavya style is found in the inscription of Rudradaman of Kathiawad. The Junagadh inscription of Rudradaman has been found at the Girnar Hills in Gujarat. Rudradaman's inscription, written in Brahmi script, was the earliest evidence ever inscription written in perfect Sanskrit language. The earliest specimen of the Kavya style is found in this inscription. Junagadh and गिरनार inscriptions was same. जूनागढ़ और गिरनार जो inscription है वो same है. Which inscription tells about the various achievements of Rudradaman first? Junagadh. Rudradaman was a king from which dynasty? Sakar rulers. The Junagadh inscription written in the Sanskrit dated approx 150 AD credits Rudradaman I for supporting the cultural arts and Sanskrit literature and reconstructing the dam built by the Mauryans. In fact, he repaired the embankments of the lake Sudarsana, which was constructed by the Mauryas or checking floods. Junagadh rock also contains inscriptions of Ashoka with 14 edicts of Ashoka, Rudradaman I and Skandagupta, who renovated Sudarshan Lake without using forced labor. Rudradaman I. 16 coins of which menander have been found from which of the following sites? Perat. The largest number of copper coins in northern and the northwestern India were issued by Kushans. Gold coins were issued by Indo-Greek kings in northern and northwestern India, while Kushan rulers made it more popular and steady. Kushan rulers had circulated both gold and copper coins vastly. Who among the following issued gold coins regularly in ancient India? Kushan. Buddha depicted on the coins of Kanishka. Which of the following king is credited to have issued gold coins for the first time? Bhima Kadapis. Which of the following king credited to have issued gold coins for the first time in India? Bhima Kadapis. Who among the following introduced gold coins for the regular use in India? Bhima Kadapis. Who was the Indo-Greek ruler who circulated copper coins for the first time? Kuzul Kedapis. Circulated copper. Kuzul Kedapis. Bhima Kedapis. Gold. Which among the following first issued the gold coins in large scale? Bhima Kedapis. The gold coins found depicted on Yodhe kings Kartikeya. What is the date of the Sarnath Buddhist image inscription of Kanishka? 81 AD. When was Saka Samvant? 78 AD. How much is the early difference between Saka Samvant and Vikram Samvant? 135 years. When was Vikram Samvat started? 57 BC. Ashwaghosa was contemporary of Kanishka. Who all were associated with the court of Kanishka? Parshva, Vashumitra, Ashwaghosh, Nagarjuna, Charaka and Maratha. Rabatak inscriptions were found in the year 1993 from the Rabatak near Surk Kotal, Afghanistan. They were written in Greek script and Bactrian language was belonged to the ruler of Kushana dynasty. Kanishka. These are 4 names of the cities inscribed on it, namely Saket, Kausambi, Patliputra, Chamba. Contemporary of Kanishka, Nagarjuna, Ashwaghosh, Vashumitra. Madhyamika school of philosophy was founded by Nagarjuna. माध्यमिका प्राथमिक माध्यमिक विद्यालय में जाता था नागार्जुन. बुद्ध चरित्रा was discovered by Ashwaghosh. Buddha Charitra Ashwaghosh discovered. Sundar Nanda was written by Ashwaghosh, who was associated with Gandhara art of school. Kushana. Yavanika curtain was introduced in Indian theatre by which of the following? Greeks. The great development of Kushana period was in the field of architecture. Saint Thomas is said to have come in India to propagate Christianity during the reign of Gondophares Parthians. Saint Thomas, Gondophares, capital of Kanishka, Patliputra. Purushputra, Peshawar and Mathura Which place had the headless statue of कनिष्का found? मथुरा से मिली है कनिष्क की बिना सर की मूर्ति. Post modern rulers.